All right, we're taking a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad. Going to diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir Low Click Syndrome. All right, so BLCS, Boudoir Low Click Syndrome, is when the unique CTR all of our Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. So that means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking somewhere on our Boudoir Facebook ad, which means our Boudoir Facebook ad is entering fewer than 6 out of 100 women's brains, which means fewer than every 6 out of 100 women that see our Boudoir Facebook ad have a non-zero probability of buying from us. We got to get this unique CTRL number as high as possible to maximize that probability, and definitely above the minimum acceptable level of 6%. That's because a unique CTRL under 6% is not normal. It's actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes. So we'll go over those more at the end of the video. We also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. So our universe is taking shape here. BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. So how do we treat it? Pretty easy. BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico, and treatment takes about a week. And we invented this, so we've already done this, and a bunch of times. And basically, we leave the original Boudoir Facebook ad. We actually duplicate it. We treat the duplicated ad. So we leave the original as it is, treat the duplicated ad, run that in parallel for about a week of treatment, and then we keep whichever one running at the end as the best metrics. It's always been the Boudoir Pico treated ad at the end that has the best metrics. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment, PCA. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads, aka we finally got our unique CTR all above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So here's our full universe. A BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Easy enough, treated with Boudoir Pico. Takes about a week. We invented this. We achieve pre-click alignment. We become a DBA with Boudoir brain entry boost. So my residency doing this, found Boudoir Facebook ads out there in the wild. First one brought back to the hospital, tested it, found out its unique CTRL is 4.3%. So when unique CTRL is under 6%, we know that BLCS is present, Boudoir low click syndrome. So we treated it with Boudoir Pico, it takes about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. Awesome. So we found out the original was wasting 37% of ad spend. And as a result, we're actually, if you're spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad, they now only need to spend 6,300 bucks a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad to get it into the same number of women's brains. So 3,700 bucks a month no longer need to be spent. They can, save that, capture it as a kind of a phantom profit. I mean, they don't have to do anything. They simply don't have to spend it anymore, because that was all literally 100% of that was being wasted, given to the Zuck with no, with no benefit whatsoever, literally zero benefit. So after a year, that's like a 40K, 40K bonus after 12 months. Next, part 2 of my residency, found a Boudoir Facebook ad out there. Second one, brought it to the hospital, tested it, found out its unique CTRL was 1.39%. So when unique CTRL is under 6%, we know that BLCS is present, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So treated with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%. So found out they were wasting 84% of ad spend with the original Boudoir Facebook ad. So if they're spending 10 grand a month in the original Boudoir Facebook ad, now they only need to spend 1.6 grand a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad to get it into the same number of women's brains. So that 8,400 bucks a month that no longer has to be spent, the Boudoir photographer pockets it. They keep it in their pocket. They They don't give it to the Zuck. They keep it in their pockets, kind of like an $8,400 a month phantom bonus. An increase. Basically basically an increase, like 100K bonus increase at the end of the year, or over 12 months. Finally, had a patient found out his unique CTRL of his Boudoir Facebook ads 5.03%. So when it's under 6%, we know that BLCS is present, Boudoir low click syndrome. So we treated his with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So found out they're wasting that ad was wasting 67% of ad spend. So if they were if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then now they only need to spend $3,300 a month on the Boudoir Pico Trade ad to get their ad into the same number of women's brains. So $6,700 a month, 100% ads being wasted. Now they pocket it, they keep it. They don't have to spend it. They don't have to give it to the Zuck, and so they can keep that every single month, kind of a phantom profit. That's like 80K after 12 months. Phantom profit, no extra effort required. So from our testing, everything we've done, all the data we've actually seen, the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. I mean, look at these numbers here: wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%. I mean, average those up, it's probably somewhere between 50 to 60%. So if they're spending, 10 grand a month in Boudoir Facebook ads on average, we can save them, approximately 5K a month, 60K over the next 12 months that they simply don't have to spend anymore. They keep it in their pocket. They don't give it to the Zuck. All right, so we're going to diagnose this, see if we believe it has BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. So let's see what we got. We got the below creative cluster mistake here. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we're trusting that what Facebook tells us to fill out when creating an ad is what we should fill out. We're trusting that's good for us, but in fact, it's bad for us. It's good for Facebook. What this causes is way more women to scroll by our Boudoir Facebook ads than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6%, and actually increasing the probability we have BLCS. And that is because, well, the flip side, the more women scroll by our ad for unit time, the more ads Facebook can serve for per unit time. That's why Facebook wants us to fill this out. It makes Facebook more money per unit time. All right, next, looking at the creative. So, all right, let's see. Looks like an ad mistake. Looking at the photo, looking at the creative. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we believe a Boudoir Facebook ad should look like an ad, because all the other Boudoir Facebook ads we've seen have looked like ads, and everyone cannot be wrong, can they? Well, actually, 100% of Boudoir Facebook ads I have seen the back end for and tested myself, took and tested myself, have had BLCS, literally 100% of them. And that's because everyone's making the same mistakes as everyone else. So the consequence of the looks like an ad mistake is that we're gonna have way more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ads than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6%, and actually leading to BLCS. Finally, we got the see more headline: first 2 3/4 lines, Facebook mobile news feed. Win a $43.99 Boudoir experience that could change how you see yourself. You don't need to be younger than it. All right, so we got a few pieces of context here, but we're still we're still making the lack of context mistake. Like we don't have the optimum amount of context, and the false belief causing us to make this mistake is that we thought we had enough context to maximize, optimize the amount of women that click somewhere on our ad out of 100. to be as efficient as possible, but we did not achieve that. So the consequence of this, way more women are going to be scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6% and leading to, leading to a higher probability of BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. Now, looking at everything all together, do I believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, has a unique CTRL under 6%, has Boudoir low click syndrome? Yes, I do. So if you're a BLCA with BLCS, a Boudoir low click advertiser with Boudoir low click syndrome, and you're spending more than 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, and you're looking around at the market, you're seeing more Boudoir photographers enter the market every single day. You know, someone gets a new iPhone, all of a sudden they're throwing up a Google Maps profile saying they do boudoir photo shoots, or they get a new camera and they're, you know, they get a new camera and then they're posting the mom groups that they now do boudoir photo shoots. So it's basically more competition for the same number of buyers. So it's getting more competitive, more saturated out there in the marketplace. And, so, and you're also seeing inflation and living costs, cost of living, taking that into account. So you've already been optimizing your business, trying to pull out more profit for ideally, less input, less work. Try to get a jump on all this and remain competitive. And you see Boudoir Pico can, save you approximately 5K in wasted Boudoir ad spend. Eliminate that, about half the ad spend being wasted, and eliminate that and put that 5K back in your pocket instead of the Zuck's pocket. And that'd be approximately 60K over the next 12 months. And so you want this outcome, and you also want to achieve pre-click alignment to become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost, because you need this to achieve that on your path to becoming the #1 boudoir photographer in your city. Then shoot me a DM, and well, I don't have any. My patient intake is closed right now, but shoot me a DM and when my patient intake opens. So my DMs are closed, but patient intake's closed. But when my new patient intake opens, my DMs are open. Shoot me a DM and we'll see if you qualify for the Boudoir Pico treatment.